I'm Reverend Charles Curtis, a member of the Western North Carolina Conference and Vice President of the Commission on Archives and History. We're here at the Rockwell United Methodist Church in Rockwell, North Carolina, in Rowan County. This video is one in a series of training for church historians, and this session is working with church leaders in preserving church history. Why does history matter? Why do we keep all these records and this stuff that takes up a lot of space in our church and takes a lot of manpower to maintain? There are important reasons why we do that. First is, there are times we will need records of past events and decisions that were made in our church. The knowledge of the past helps us better understand the present and plan for the future. And it is useful as we celebrate our heritage of where God and our lives in the church meet. Paragraph 243 of the Book of Discipline lists the basic responsibilities of the local church, including providing for the proper creation, maintenance, and disposition of all record material of the local church. Current records, such as minutes of meetings, financial, membership records, are created and maintained by church leaders or staff and are generally kept in the church office or some other location. As church historian, you are responsible for dealing with church records only after they are no longer in current use. In other words, only when they are transferred from the active files into the church historic archives. The General Conference Commission on Archives and History has published a detailed booklet on the retention and disposition of different types of church records, including a chart on what to keep as a current record, how long to keep it, and whether it needs to be saved in the archives when no longer in use. You can find a copy of this schedule at the address now on your screen. Another good source of information is our Book of Discipline. There are numerous references to creating and preserving church records. With respect to historical matter, that person is normally the church historian. One area that the pastor can make a major contribution is as chair of the nomination committee. In this role, he can make sure a qualified person is put in that position. One major influence the pastor can have after nominating a good historian is motivating the church to keep good historic records. The pastor should work with the trustees, the church council, and the finance team to ensure there's proper space and funding for church archives. It should be noted that the historian's vital work is the safeguarding of artifacts of historic value, such as photographs, artwork, old collection plates, communion sets, paraments, flags, pennants, sometimes antique office equipment. Some churches have permanent displays of these artifacts. The pastor should be very supportive of this activity. The pastor should cooperate with and promote the use of the church archives and support the celebration of historically important occasions within the church. The historian should be involved in planning the historic celebrations. Looking back to see where God and the body of Christ working in union, our congregations, our denomination together, which inspires us to seek the presence of God, the story of our faithfulness, our history of God and us together is worth preserving. This concludes this training for church historians. To learn more about the Commission on Archives and History, visit the Western North Carolina Conference website at the address on your screen. And be sure to watch the remaining sessions in this series. Shalom, my friends.